everybody, we're here at Catskill Animal Sanctuary live with the dodo, and Buddy, who is feeling his oats this morning, is about to be turned out. I'm just going to put this old guy's halter on. Hey, Bud. Come on, baby. I've been waiting all morning. Look at him. I've been waiting all morning. Wait, wait. Wait, wait, wait.
He's excited.
He's so excited.
And Buddy is blind.
Buddy is not only blind, Buddy, as you can see, has no eyes. Good boy. That's a good boy. He walks kind of fast. He's an old man, but doesn't act it.
And how did he go blind?
Buddy had a condition which is not uncommon in his particular breed, Appaloosas. Some people call it moon blindness. The real term is uveitis. Pressure builds up behind the eyeball and it becomes increasingly painful. You can treat the symptoms temporarily, but the pain gets worse, and then over time, we've had a number of animals, horses, and one cow actually with this condition. Over time, you really are forced to make a decision about whether to put the animal down or take the eyes out because the pain becomes unbearable. And even though he was an older horse, he came here blind but with his eyes intact. In fact, the cover of my first book, Where the Blind Horse Sings, has a photo of him not long after he arrived here with his eyes. But we made the decision, even though he was an older horse, he had many quality years left. He acts like a 2-year-old. He's a big, energetic goofball. Oh, I want to stop for a little grass.
I'll stack.
And so we took his eyes out. The vet did. It was a simple overnight in the hospital. He came back with his eyes wrapped. We had to change the bandages a few times a day. But he did beautifully, and that was almost 10 years ago. Oh, come on, baby. Hi, Jesse! I love you, cow! I love you, Jesse! So where's my breakfast? Where's my hay?
And how many horses do you have here, Catskill?
We have, I would have to count them by name. We have 25, I'm going to guess. Some youngsters, a lot of old guys, several blind. Many have come from hoarders. The majority of our horses, in fact, come from hoarders. Right here, Bud. We're going in here, Joanne. Good baby. Okay. You have a good day. Have a good day, sweet pea. I love you. Have a good day, Bud. So, horse people will be able to tell this does not look like an old horse. Your friends aren't out here yet, babe. He has the body of a very young horse. And the movement, right here, that's right here. He's all wound up. And the movement of very young horse. And what's always fascinating to me is that when people see him, sometimes they'll gasp, right? Or cry. But then they watch him, and he is an extremely happy animal, and that that sadness for him goes right away. He has a very full and joyful life.
Sahin Kosach just started watching and asked what happened to him.
Oh, he went blind. It was just a condition that his breed tends to get. It's called moon blindness, and just as it is not uncommon for us to lose some of our hearing as we age, it is not uncommon for this particular breed to develop this eye condition. And often the result, as I was saying earlier, the pain becomes so excruciating that you have to make a choice between putting the animal down because he can't live with the pain and taking out the already blind eyes. So we elected to take out his eyes. A vet did the procedure about 10 years ago, and he's lived without his sight, which he didn't have anyway, but also without the pain.
Brianna Howell's asking how old he is.
31, but he acts like a toddler.
Great.
Which is actually the equivalent of 93 in a human being.
Wow.
Yep. 3 human years for every horse year, roughly. I'm a great granddaddy.
And you all have another blind horse here as well, right?
We have another blind horse who is very different from Buddy. You could hold a New Year's Eve party under his belly and he wouldn't move. He says like doom 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 doom. Little Mirage. He's also an Appaloosa, also even older than Buddy. And we have a blind mule, but we've had several blind chickens, 2 blind sheep, a blind cow. And people often say, well, how do they adapt? Well, just like we do. They have brains. They memorize their spaces. They use their other senses more acutely. And they all do just fine. With a little extra help from us at first, of course, they all do just fine. Jesse knows the truck stops next at his field.
He's waiting.
Jesse! Now I know I'm next. So those two in the distance are Rowdy and Colette, who came, and that Crystal is feeding them right now. They came from the worst hoarding case we've ever dealt with. I think I'd have to review all of them because there have been so many, but definitely one of the worst. And there's actually a video up on YouTube of their rescue where they were standing in muck up to their knees, and one horse actually had a gate wrapped around his neck, a metal gate wrapped around his neck, and the woman admitted to hitting him because she didn't like him, and we still have a few challenges with him 5 years later as a result of that prolonged trauma.
And they're asking if he can be with any other horses. Is he able to?
Oh yeah, he's Diane. His pasture mates are 4 horses. They are in. I don't know why Mirage is still in. He'll be out any minute. He eats. Oh, so then 3 of the 4. This is just an unusual day. 3 of the 4 who share this pasture beyond Mirage and an old blind mule named Diane all have vet appointments. So normally this might be the rarest of rare days when he's out by himself, or at least out much of the day by himself. And if that's the case, we'll have to watch him because he may not be happy about that.
And Kelly Monroe's asking where you're located.
Saugerties, New York, 2 hours north of Manhattan, in the middle of the Hudson Valley. Right just a mile from the Hudson River. Beautiful, beautiful hiking area. And we have a bed and breakfast, Kelly, right on sanctuary property.
Well, This is amazing. We're going to be here all day at Catskill Animal Sanctuary. It's Live with the Dodo. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Joanne.